Hi, I am Snee, and today let's talk about practical stoicism in our daily lives and how we can regulate more of a peaceful life if we understand stoicism correctly. There is so much aggression around everywhere, especially people living in their 20s. They have so much going on in their life, so it's almost impossible for us to lead a life that's peaceful. And to be really honest, we don't even want that anymore because we are so obsessed with just letting out all of this volcano of emotions all the time. And while we do that, I have my notes because I don't want to miss anything. Actually, I had planned that I'll make a get ready with me while talking about it, and I did make the whole video. But oh my god, the amount of times I'm just blank because I'm so focused on my makeup. I cannot talk while I'm putting anything on my face. I just want to talk. So let's get started. And first thing, Stoicism is very misunderstood. Understand that Stoicism is not about, I don't have to put my energy into this, I don't have to put my emotions into it, I cannot get angry here. I just have to suppress all the emotions that I have. I personally believe that the Stoicism is more about regulating emotions, understanding what you are actually feeling, and then letting out emotions. It's perfectly fine to express, and numbing down emotions should never be promoted by any means because it's a very temporary aid to your problem. If you are numbing down emotions, what are you currently doing is you are just putting it down in a box, and at one point that box is overfilling and you're still trying to shut it, and one day you will start getting triggered by the smallest thing because you try to suppress your emotions so much. So it's very important that you understand the real meaning behind every single emotions and you understand how we can let it out without creating a havoc in the world. If peace is an option, you choose peace. And I try to live by this value, especially now, as much as I can. I've had time when peace was really an option, but because I wanted to talk, because I wanted to let out my emotions, even if it's front of a wall, even if it's front of a person who is not ready to take my emotions or celebrate them for that matter, as much as we like to talk about all of the problems and all of the solutions, and we want to get angry very very quickly, we want to show our aggression and express how badly things hurt us. What if you're sitting in front of a person who's just not ready to accept who you are and what you are feeling currently? The only thing that will happen is that you will get in front of that person and you will get invalidated for all of the things that you're feeling, and that in return will hurt you even more. So if you have a tough situation and peace is one of the option, you'd go with peace, and it's going to change your life. You just sit silently for just 5 seconds if not more and think, can I just stay silent here? And you will have, and you will be shocked by how many arguments you're going to save yourself from, and at the end of the day happier, because you're going to save yourself from many arguments. I think we need to promote standing up and leaving the second we feel that our basic expectations are disrespected. Struggling isn't necessary is my second point. I think we have just hyped up struggle so much, and we just love the word struggle, but think about it. You are just doing the next right thing. You aren't you doing something that you actually want to do? You can be only in two places. Either you are working on something that you genuinely enjoy doing, you have a career that you are loving, you have a career that you wanted and you worked for, or you could be on your way doing something so that you can reach to that career there where you want to be. So you are simply doing what you feel is right as of now, in the present, in the current situation. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You're not struggling, you're living and doing what you think is right for you, because that's the only thing that can possibly get you where you actually want to be. So I think we need to stop phrasing everything as I'm struggling. No, you're not struggling. You're just on your way to fulfill your life's purpose. You're walking that journey which is going to define your future. So don't think of your life as a big struggle. Think of your life as a journey, and struggle is just a speed breaker. Struggle is nothing but a lot of mind barrier denying to see the possibilities ahead in your life. We are so engaged in this little circle of our life that we never want to care for anyone else. But I think the second you start being kind, just by giving a little smile to a stranger and probably making their day, probably giving someone a good and healthy, a very acceptable compliment in public and making their day. I think we have forgotten how to socialize because we are always on our phones so much. We don't want to socialize, we don't want to talk to anyone. But it would be very amazing if you would want to take initiative of your life and just be kind without looking for anything in return. I think a lot of elegance comes from doing things without genuinely expecting a lot of reaction or validation for that thing. When you are smiling at someone, you don't have to necessarily expect them to smile back at you. You can simply just smile because you are a good person, and because everything in life is projection. Every single thing that you are doing and happening to you is projection. And that takes me to my next point, that you shouldn't be easily offended by just anyone. Imagine if you are wearing red color dress and I come to you and I tell you that, oh my god, that blue looks horrifying on you, you should never wear blue again. Would it hurt you? It wouldn't, right? It would make no sense because you are simply wearing red. So understand that just like you wearing red and their eyes probably seeing them as blue and then criticizing you, you wouldn't feel really bad because it's none of your business. That's not you. You are simply not wearing blue. Why are you going to be offended? So understand that every single thing, everything that you're doing, I am doing, and and happening to us is simply projection. Imagine you're in a movie theater and there is a screen, right? And you see the movie that's projected on the screen, but screen stays the same. And just like that, any judgment coming towards you, any opinion coming towards you, simply the projector projecting, but you are the screen. You are going to stay fair, white, or the character you currently have, no matter what someone has to say about it, no matter what anyone is saying about it, no matter what the movie is on track on the projector, but the screen stays the same. I think we start taking things very lightly when we understand that it's not me, it's them, and their projection on me is simply foul and biased. Almost 80% of the time, people are going to judge you and they will be very, very wrong about you. Are you going to really cheapen your life so much that whatever someone says affects you that much? And it's on you to either ignore it, choose peace and just walk away, or deal with it. Now, when it comes to dealing with it, a lot of us think that I am supposed to just be peaceful then. I am supposed to getting up and leaving and I am not going to deal with any of this, right? Yes, Stoicism, I don't think it's really about just controlling your emotions all the time and being peaceful, even though it's amazing if you can try. But I think it's more about, does this situation or does this circumstance demands my attention like that? Does this situation asks me to actually let out my feelings? Does the situation actually asks for me to get up and take a stand for myself? And if you get a very strong yes, then you have to go ahead and stand up for yourself. Stoicism is not about not reacting, but understanding when to actually react. I have not really seen a lot of people talking about it, but I believe that running wildly behind your life's purpose can actually hinder your peace. Do you know what is your actual purpose? A lot of us think that my purpose is to have this career, get this car, have this huge house, probably live in like a suburban or a city area and do this and do that. And I don't believe that there's a genuine purpose to life. You are here to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have inner peace. And does that mean you stop following your dreams? Does that mean you stop thinking about the amazing things that you want in your life? Totally not. I myself have so many things that I would love to have, I'm going to have, and I dream about. But that is not my life's purpose. That is just a little stop on my journey. What you are currently doing every single day, you're waking up, gambling between choices. Single day, you have two choices in front of you almost every hour. Do I do this or do I do that? And you're gambling. Life in itself is a little gamble if you think about it. If the choice ends up proving right, you are ahead in your journey. And if it doesn't, nothing. Another little mistake in your story of life in the journey, a little speed breaker on the path. But does it stop your life? It doesn't. Our purpose is to just do the next right thing according to our current circumstance, and nothing more than that. We think that our purpose is a destination. Meanwhile, the purpose itself is the journey that you are currently walking on. A lot of times, your materialistic purpose, your materialistic values and virtues just make you so self centered that you do not want to think of everyone as equal. You will put yourself on a pedestal and you will envy almost all the time. If you see someone who is exactly where you would like to be one day, you are in this energy of jealousy, envy, all some things always holding you back because you think your life's purpose is achieving that much money or achieving that much materialistic wealth while you are exactly currently in your purpose. Your purpose itself is the journey you are. I don't think you should be looking for a destination, especially when it comes to self improvement, your career, or anything for that matter. Imagine you have a dream of getting this big house, but out of nowhere, after 30, you end up coming to a conclusion that you might not need such a big house. And you go end up taking a little hut in between mountains. So, what are you telling me? That your purpose changed out of nowhere? No, your purpose didn't change. This is your purpose. Today, what you are doing in this journey, all of the things that you have done till now, all of this journey was the purpose itself. And your purpose didn't change. What changed was just a little imagination, was just a little stop on your path. If you have a very rigid materialistic purpose that you're running behind, you're going to be judgmental, you're going to be rigid, and you will have a very hard time accepting other people's truth because how dare these peasants not have a dream like I do? So understand that your purpose is not really a purpose. Your purpose itself of life is where you are currently, this journey, and everything that you're doing about it is right. With that, you might want to ask, what is the destination then? So, the destination is all of us, all of us together walking towards our graves, some with regrets and some with appreciation for life. And that's the destination. What you're looking for is to live a life that's filled with purpose, that is going to give you happiness and memories so that you have appreciation for life when you actually reach that destination, actually come to a point where you are happy with life. And all of our lives we spend finding inner peace, but because we are so invested in materialistic pleasure, we forget that I'm looking for a feeling and not for the material. I'm looking for the way I'm going to feel. So understand that you need to stop judging in order to live a life that's peaceful to you, because if you're going to judge, you will be judged as well. Next point will be living with virtues. I come from a branding background and I still do. Whenever you go to a company's about page, you'll read their about section, you will figure out that the company leads with certain virtues. They will have like four easy words like we lead with truth, simplicity, efficiency, or leadership. All of the decisions took for this company are taken keeping these four virtues in mind. And I think it's very, very important for you to have similar virtues in your life as a person so that you can lead your life keeping all of these virtues in mind. As I said, you are going to have to play gamble every single day between two choices, right? So how we can make it easier process for us? If you do have these four virtues or five or six or three or two or just one, you will make all of these choices based on that virtues. These virtues are going to act like pillars for the building of your choices and for your purpose and your destination and everything in life. So you have to have some virtues. Your virtues can be honesty, simplicity, no judgment zone, and just truth, living with values, respect, self respect, um, equality, or whatever you like to believe in. So I think it's very important for you to actually believe that these virtues are going to make you a good person that you are proud of at the end of the day. And you cannot really predict what's going to happen in future, but at least you can make a conscious choice that you are not going to regret. Stop putting people on pedestal. Even if you love them, see people for what they are. See things for what they are instead of what they could be. Okay? You need to understand that when you put people on pedestal, you are on your journey to hurt yourself. We all have been there where we put people on pedestal, where we see them for what they are not. This is our imagination, and this is how we want them, and this is how we want to see them. You will end up getting hurt because putting people on pedestal is not only bad for your emotions but also is a burden on the front person's shoulder. They have to walk with the burden of your expectations that you are pasting on them when they simply didn't ask for it. Stop looking for validation. You get a very peaceful life when you stop feeling the need to getting compliments all the time. Stop asking people for their opinions all the time. I think if you do have these virtues in your life, you won't have to really need a lot of validation to lead a life that makes you happy. At the end of the day, you are fulfilling your plate, you are seeing what's right for you and what serves you. So stop seeing your life from someone else's eyes. Simply go ahead and start taking right decisions for yourself and stop asking for a lot of validation because you get used to it, and then again it creates a dependency that you really don't want to cater to in future. I think I am just about to finish this video. I enjoyed this conversation quite a lot. It's very deep if you think about it. Stoicism doesn't come naturally to all of us. We are, emotional beings, and I think emotions are not celebrated enough. If you go out and see all the content, if you are especially a man watching this, you will find a lot of content out there talking about how to numb your emotions, how to be this alpha male. But I don't think you should be numbing your emotions. Emotions are demonized in such a level that you are scared to even express your true self. The only thing that actually makes us us, the only thing that makes us human. Any animal living in the world is not going to make a conscious decision based on their values and virtues and emotions, right? It's just us in this whole universe who are going to do that, and this it's just us. So why are we demonizing the only good thing that God has made for us? I don't think the universe will put anything in your body, in your mind, if they didn't thought it is good for you. So do understand that your emotions and being able to express it freely is a very big freedom that you have, and while understanding that there are right people and right places and right time where you get to actually stand up for yourself, and some places are simply not meant for all of this emotion because it's going to hurt you in return. So it's simply just reading the room and having enough emotional intelligence that you understand what you are currently feeling and if it is worth ruining a little bit of peace in your life, because a lot of times you might have to go ahead and ruin your peace for respect, and that's perfectly fine. Because I will finish this video with a quote by Marcus Aurelius. I don't know if I'll be able to quote it correctly, but he said, "The best revenge is to not be the one to hurt you." And with that, I would love to finish this video. Take care of yourself. This is me. Take care.